point lang is that this is under your, they are under your wings, no? And nandiyan naman ang PAO, perhaps even IBP can assist. Inimbita rin po natin IBP, but we'll have to check with them. But the whole point is to facilitate this inquiry. We would expect the same cooperation that you have given us so far.
Opo, actually, yun po ang kinakailangan. Actually, kung meron po kaming kinakailangan, hindi namin kaya. Katulad niyang kay Ronnie Dayan, dapat subpinaandan, tsaka yung isa na uma-appear doon sa matrix ni President Duterte, yung si Jonathan Caranto, na pagkatapos na nag-affidavit niya sa NBI, at sinabi niyang 6 na beses siyang inutusan ni Secretary de Lima na magdeposito sa account ni Ronnie Dayan, eh hindi na po bumalik kasi empleyado siya pala. Nang siya ilabas ni President Duterte, nandun po pala sa opisina ko siya. Kaya
we will work with each other towards really getting to the bottom of this and ferreting out the truth.
Mr. Chair, before we will excuse the witness and before Deputy Director Ragos will testify, it seems that there is a missing link under the command responsibility principle. Because in the first place, why is Deputy Director Ragos been at Bucor? And whether it has, it is not on record whether it has the clearance of the NBI Director at the time. So that in the testimony also of Agent Ablin, which is very explosive, not only proliferation of drugs, corruption, extortion. I know the agent had traveled really on a rough and rugged roads. So that I think we have to include who is the NBI director at that time. Why is in the first place, also in the affidavit of Agent Ablin, he reported immediately to certain Colonel Liwag. Why did he not report to his immediate director, the NBI director at the time?
Vice Chair, what is your pleasure?
We can probably include that in the subpoena together with
Who are these to be subpoenaed?
Mr. Ronnie Dayan.
Dayan, Caranto,
Caranto,
and the NBI director at the time that Lagos ba?
Deputy Director Ragos
Deputy Director Ragos was assigned to. But in the meanwhile, since you have access to these people, please clarify with this committee how this came about that this Ragos was assigned to the Bureau without the imprimatur of the NBI Director.
Mr. Chair, siguro madali lang explain yun kasi the NBP, the NBI, Bureau of Immigration, tsaka LRA, they're all attached agencies of the Department of Justice, and the Department Secretary de Lima, could designate or assign any...
Sige po, basta anyway, we need to establish facts, and this is what we need from you, no? It's 4:15, and we have overextended our time already. Buti na lang nandito po yung majority leader who has authorized us to continue with this committee hearing, with this legislative inquiry. And may I just inform all members present here that their attendance in plenary is already considered. So anyway, we have 3 more witnesses to present. Do we have time to go through this, or because our members had been waiting for so long a time to be able to already interpolate at least those witnesses already presented. But what is may we know the pleasure of the Secretary?
First of all, Mr. Chair, do we have a hearing tomorrow?
Yes, we do.
So, this will be in the morning because
yes, 9:30 also.
Mr. Chair, we have a budget hearing before this at 1:30 also.
Well, perhaps your deputies can take over the presentation so we can proceed. so that we can really hasten the conduct of this inquiry and
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yes, we just like to know with Secretary Aguirre who will be the one to be in charge in this one, because as you said, it is confirmed that we'll have a budget hearing pre-plenary scheduled tomorrow at 1:30. That would coincide with the present hearing that we have been today.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
yeah. Kasi po, pag hindi po natin ginawa ito bukas, baka mag-hearing ulit tayo unless the majority leader will allow us and the Committee on Appropriations will allow us to conduct hearings even during plenary budget debates. Otherwise, we will see each other again November, and that will be what? Baka ubos na yung oras natin for the 2-month period, although of course may break naman tayo. Pero nakalagay po sa rules, it is 60 calendar days. Kanya 2 months yun, kaya kailangan ho talaga nating gawin ito on a continuing basis. But we will make the necessary representations with the Rules Committee and so with the Committee on Appropriations so we can continue.
Mr. Chair, I think it would be best for the presentation today that we will still allow the good secretary to present Deputy Director Ragos, because the testimony is just so short and it corroborates a portion of the testimony of NBI agent Ablen, minus the differences of the two officials.
I have
Sige po,
to-
so yun lang, majority.
Mr. Chairman, this is how I propose that we will do it. I will coordinate with Appropriations Committee to excuse the presence of the Secretary because he has to be here to complete this thing that we have started here. Anyway, the Vice Chairman for the Appropriations for the Judiciary and the Department of Justice is here. So, yung
Plenary po.
isang undersecretary niya na lang ang mag-present doon para tuloy-tuloy po ito. Then, we will have our plenary debates on the budget until October 7. So, pagdating naman ng October 12, pwede pa naman,
pwede na.
pwede nang mag-resume ito. 12 hanggang October 18 siguro pwede.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair. It's all right with me here.
Mr. Chair?
Okay, so request is for one more witness who is Deputy Director Ragos, and then we will dispense muna with the 2 others for lack of material time, and then after Deputy Director Ragos, then we will open the floor for interpellation.
Mr. Chairman, point of inquiry lang po, clarification. It was explained earlier that this is about immunity, that statements made by a witness in these proceedings cannot be used against him in any other proceedings or forum. I would like to ask if this covers as well statements made by another witness that are incriminating to another witness, Mr. Chairman. Does the immunity cover this as well? Like in this instance, the witness has preferred statements that are incriminating against Deputy Director Rago. Does the immunity cover statements that are made not by Rago but by another witness?
All of the testimonies covered by this hearing are covered by the immunity. Okay, so shall we now proceed to Deputy Director Ragos? So the witness is excused. Dito ka dumaan, no? Para hindi, mukhang magkatabi nga sila kanina dun eh. Mukhang okay na. O, shake hands, pwede ba?
Can you shake hands?
Okay, Deputy Director Agos, are you assisted by counsel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Secretary Aguirre, you're now recognized.
With the kind permission of the Honorable Chair, Director, Deputy Director Rafael Ragos. Please state again your name and other personal circumstances.
I'm Rafael Ragos, Deputy Director of the National Bureau of Investigation. My address is care of NBI Manila. I am still at present a Deputy Director of the National Bureau of Investigation assigned at the Office of the Director.
What is your rank now?
Director 3 po, sir.
In September 2012, were you detailed at the Bureau of Corrections in Muntinlupa?
That is the first thing I said, but when we verified the date of the department order, it is August. Anyway, it takes time to receive the department order, but the true date is August.
So, itong paragraph number 2, dapat sa halip na September, dapat August 2012.
Yes, sir.
So, anong nangyari sa work mo? Where were you working then in August 2012?
I was still the controller of the NBI, and at the same time, I was partially detailed at the Bucor with standing instruction from the Secretary of Justice, Leila M. De Lima, to conduct studies of the criminalities inside the Bucor, particularly the NBP, and to be her eyes and ears. Because for a moment, there was no sitting director then at the Bucor, and she assumed to be the acting director of the Bucor.
Mr. Chairman, to expedite the proceedings, may I just ask two questions. One, Mr. Ragos, how did it happen that you were connected with Bucor, and at whose authority were you given a dual assignment? Sinabi mo dito partially.
Yes, sir. Mayroon po kasing department order si Secretary na partial detailed ako sa Bureau of Corrections.
Pag sinabing partial, yun nga ang gusto kong
Concurrent, sir. I'm still the controller of the NBI. At the same time, I am also working at the Bucor.
Full-time ka doon sa Bucor.
Actually, ganun lumalabas, but I have to run to the NBI to sign vouchers, checks, and anything that are related to financing.
Ang natira lang doon sa NBI na trabaho mo is in relation to finance.
Yes, because I'm the controller.
Otherwise, lahat Bucor ka na talaga.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that will be all.
So, you were partially detailed with the Bucor.
Yes, sir.
Who was the one who gave you that detail assignment with the Bucor?
The then Secretary of Justice, Leila De Lima.
I am showing you this Department Order number 677 dated 17 August 2012. Will you kindly go over this and tell us what is the relation of this Department Order 677 to your being detailed with the Bureau of Corrections?
That is the department order, sir, detailing partially to the Bureau of Corrections.
May we request, Mr. Chair, that this Department Order number 677 be marked as our Exhibit N? So, while being partially detailed with the NBP, you are still performing some functions with the NBI. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What is that function?
I am the controller, so I take charge of the financing of the Bureau.
Did you execute an affidavit before testifying in this case?
Today, sir, here? Yes, sir.
Do you have it with you?
I have a photocopy.
That photocopy, does it contain, does it reflect? The truth or the of your original affidavit. I'm showing you this Exhibit G, which has been previously marked as Exhibit G, which the affidavit of Rafael Z. Ragos. Could you examine this and tell us what relation has this to the affidavit you executed before testifying here?
This is the one.
Could you again sign each and every page and the last page over your name? May we request that the new signatures of the witness be marked as exhibit. Exhibit ano yan? G. G-4. The second signature, G-5. And the third signature, G6. So you said that you were assigned by Secretary De Lima to investigate the escape of Mr. Romel Lasiste, an inmate from the maximum security compound.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
And that you requested the NBI Counter-Terrorism Division to assist in conducting the investigation to which they oblige.
Yes, sir.
Do you know Mr. Jovencio Ablen Jr.?
I know him, sir.
Why do you know him?
Because he's been an office mate long before. And we met again when when I was partially detailed at the Bucor.
I call your attention to paragraph number 6 of your affidavit, which you said that in the latter part of November 2012, you were officially designated as officer in charge of the Bureau of Corrections, Bucor, by then DOJ Secretary Laila M. De Lima. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I show Department Order number 981 of the Department of Justice under the signature of Laila M. De Lima as Secretary. Will you please go over this and tell us if this is the designation which you are referring to? Anong po niya? And may we request that the Xerox copy be marked and evidence our Exhibit O.
He is the one, sir.
So going back to the question of Mr. Ablen, what was your relationship at that time?
Actually, he was not
in-
under me, but because I have nobody to assist me in my function. at the Bucor. I requested him to stay even after the investigation of this capable assiste.
I requested him to
stay.
stay. To stay where?
To stay with me at the Bureau of Corrections.
Did he stay?
Yes, sir.
In the morning of November 2012, is there any unusual incident that happened in
November
your
2012.
quarters at the Bucor
You mean November
to 2012?
November 20?
I refer you to paragraph number 8.
Yes. After coming from the inspection of the gate of the maximum compound, I went home to the director's quarter. Then I entered my room, and upon entrance of the room, I saw different stuffs and goodies on my bed. Included in those stuffs are t-shirts, dried mangoes, other things, and particularly a black bag.
What is this black bag about?
When I opened the black bag, I saw bundles of 1,000 peso bills. So, my reaction was, I was surprised. Parang I was thinking to myself, ganito ba dito? Anyway, I went out to inquire who delivered the bag. According to the whipping out prisoners who were serving me, there were 3 to 5. In one instance, they're cleaning my bed and the DQ. So, ng black bag sinabing ibigay sa inyo. So, nung nandiyan yun sa tables, kasi may table po sa salas, linagay na po namin yung mga regalo sa iyo sa bed. So, natandaan mo ba ang pangalan? Sir, sinabi ang pangalan sa akin pero hindi ko natandaan po. Pasensya
You
na.
mean after seeing the black bag, you receive a call?
Yes, that is after a while. While I was talking to the living out prisoners, someone called me sa telephone. Anyway, ang caller sabi, Sir, yung black bag, may 5 manok po yan. Sabi ko, sino ito? Sir, di naman pumalaga pangalan ko. Galing po dito yan. Saan dito? Galing po yung kay Peter ko. Pakidala po kay Ronnie Dayan.
So, galing daw kay Peter ko.
Yun ang sabi niya, sir.
Ngayon, what do you mean by 5 manok?
5 million.
5 million pesos.
Yes, sir.
So, yun yung pagkabilang mo ng pera.
Hindi ko na, actually, hindi ko na siya nabilang. Pero, if you will approximate, talagang 5 million siya. Kasi yung, ang weight kasi niyan, 1 million is usually parang 1 kilo eh. Na ano mo siya eh. Saka yung bulk.
So, what did you do after receiving that call and receiving that 5 million pesos?
I called Mr. Ablan because I have to see him to get him because he went home. Sabi ko dyan, samahan mo nga ako. Sabi niya nasa bahay. So, nagpunta ako ng Estrada or Vito Cruz. Doon ang bahay niya. Then, that's in Manila. So, I text him. Then, we proceeded to the house of Secretary de Lima. And I told him na siguro tara ito o kaya kota. I-deliver natin kay Secretary o kaya kay Ronnie Dayan.
Okay. By the way, who is this Peter ko?
Peter ko is an alias being used by a high-profile inmate at the NBP.
Are you aware, is this a high-profile inmate?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware if he has any reputation inside the Bilibid?
He's said to be the biggest high-profile drug lord at the Bilibid.
So, drug lord ang reputasyon nito.
Yes, sir.
Isa sa pinakamalaking drug lord sa loob ng Bilibid to.
Iyon po ang usap-usap ng mga tao dun sa loob.
Okay, so after receiving that 5 million, and so what did you do? You said you went to the house of,
Mr. Chair, with the kind indulgence of the good secretary, you've been asking the witness on who is this Peter Ko. And then the witness answered that it is just Ipalayaw. So, our alias, can we let the witness answer what is the real name of this Peter Ko?
we will ask him po, Mr. Chair. Ano ang alam mong pagkatunay na pangalan ni Peter Ko?
Actually, I've read his name, but hindi ko na po ma-recall because usually these Chinese are in the Bucor, they are popularly known for their aliases. Yung mga real name nila, nalaman ko lang yun because I had a list na pinahingi ko nung gusto ko malaman. I cannot recall po.
Kanina, merong video presentation dun sa Discovery, yung kay JB Sebastian, no? At saka yung sa SAC. Did you notice if that Peter Ko is included in the video presentation of either or both?
Although I'm far, parang siya yan, pero I personally know Peter Ko.
You personally know Peter Ko. Okay.
Sino siya? If you personally know him.
Sir, yung Chinese name na po, sir,
Anong pangalan niya?
hindi ko po matandaan. But I know him because tinuturo siya ng everyone else as Peter Ko, and yung listahan po nila,
Anyway, nandun pa rin siya ngayon sa loob.
I think so, sir, nandun siya ata.
Sa pagkakalam mo.
Yes, sir.
Would you be able to get the true name of Peter Ko?
Yes, sir. Tatawag po sa Bucor.
So you said that you went somewhere after receiving the money. Where did you go?
We went to the residence of Secretary Leila de Lima, Laguna Bay Corner, Subic Bay Drives at South Bay Village, Parañaque. While on the way, sinasabi ko dyan na you look at the money, i-deliver natin yan. Yan ang quota na dapat natin ibigay kay Senator de Lima. So we went to the house of Senator de Lima, Secretary de Lima.
Mr. Secretary, just a point of information, the person, the name of the person with an alias Peter Ko is Wu Tuan E. Yuan.
That's right, Mr. Chair. Wu Tuan Yuan, also known as Aka Peter Ko. Okay, may we continue, Mr. Chair. Mr. Ragos, so you called up Ablen before going to the house,
Yes, sir.
and what did you do after calling up? Did you meet
I
anywhere?
fetch him.
You
I-
fetched him,
I pick him up.
and then after you fetched him, where did you go?
We proceeded to the house of Secretary de Lima.
It is at the address you mentioned before.
Yes, yes, sir.
When you were about to deliver the 5 million pesos to Secretary de Lima, what did you tell Mr. Ablen
I
about
told
this
him-
5 million pesos? What did you tell him?
I told him that this is the important task that we will have, that we will do. We will deliver this Tara or quota money to Secretary de Lima.
Where is the money located or placed at that time?
The money was located at the floor in front of the driver's seat. No, in front of the passenger seat.
Were you able to reach the residential house of Secretary de Lima?
Yes, sir.
When you reach this house of hers at Laguna Bay Corner, Subic Bay Drive, South Bay Village, Parañaque City, what did you do?
I alighted from the car, then I proceeded to the gate, and Mr. Ronnie Dayan was there. He opened the gate for me, and I handed him the black bag, and he said, "Thank you." Then we proceeded to the main door of the house, where the secretary is standing.
The secretary is standing
Yes.
inside the house.
Yes, because it's
Inside or still outside?
Yes, partially inside, outside. Doon sa
Okay.
pintuan.
So when you saw the secretary near the door of the house, what did you do next?
I said, "Good morning, ma'am." She said, "Hi, Rafi." Then, right after we entered, I don't know if it's still outside, but as long as we entered, then Ronnie handed the black bag, and she accepted it.
I meaning to say that the 5 million pesos that you handed to Ronnie was in turn handed by Ronnie to Secretary de Lima. Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
So how long did you stay inside the house?
I cannot give the approximate time, but it's between maybe 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
Okay, in the morning of the middle part of December 2012, do you remember what happened?
Again, it's a weekend. That's Saturday. Saturday is a very busy day for the NBB because this is the day that the families or the wives will have their conjugal visit. So the queuing is very long. So we try to observe that because doon po nangyayari ng pasukan ng mga contraband, especially nagpo-boarding yung mga bentahan ng mga maraming pagkain because they have a small market inside. Anyway, upon return to the director's quarter, I again saw, because it's already Christmas time, many small gifts, token gifts, and what caught me is a bundle of something wrapped in a white paper bag na parang it's natakpan ng dyaryo. Anyway, tinitingnan ko siya. Sabi ko, this may be money. Okay ito ah. Anyway, I asked again the inmates, sino nagdala nito? Sabi niya, sir, sabay-sabayan. Ang isa sa mga nagdala ng mga gifts na yan, yung lalaking nagpunta nung una. Sabi ko, di mo tinanong ang pangalan? Pasensya ka na, sir. Hindi ko naman natanong.
Okay, so did you finally examine the contents of the
From the outside,
yeah.
pag tinitingnan mo siya, physical examination mo, pera talaga siya. So anyway, I knew that this is money and confirmed because there was this caller again, sir, ako po ito. Pakidala po kay Ronnie Dayan.
And then did you know from whom the money came
Sinabi
from?
niya po, galing ulit kina Peter ko.
And what did you do after receiving the
Again,
call?
I called June, I fetched him, then delivered